Hey guys, my name is Vitali and I am the Automation Lawyer. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get first access to my latest home and car automation videos. If you live anywhere bigger than a 400 square foot condo, you likely experienced issues with your home Wi-Fi. The further that you are from your modem or router, you'll notice that the slower your internet and the worse your online experience. This is particularly true if you're using an older Wi-Fi modem or an all-in-one that your ISP or internet service provider gave you with your internet package. Good Wi-Fi signal is critical for home automation. If your Wi-Fi is weak, your gadgets won't function properly. Why? Because they will draw more power, provide worse functionality, and in some cases will not work at all. Have you ever tried to stream video or check your security camera on spotty Wi-Fi? It's not good. Now, most automation devices have small antennas that are too weak to connect to a signal that is too far away or behind too many walls. This means that you need a strong Wi-Fi connection, and for that, we have mesh Wi-Fi. Now, there are two types of mesh Wi-Fi systems: managed, which is aimed at business and expert users, and unmanaged, which is aimed at home internet users, which is what we will focus on today. Now, both of these systems work by placing antennas called access points in strategic areas of your house. Instead of having one Wi-Fi router tucked into a corner somewhere in the basement and expecting it to provide a network to your whole house, you now have antennas where you actually need them. You'll want to put one of these access points in the center of each floor. This will improve your Wi-Fi connection dramatically. Only one of these access points needs to be wired to your modem or router. The rest can communicate wirelessly with each other to move your information through your home network and ultimately to your modem and the internet. Of course, if you're lucky enough to have Ethernet cables throughout your house, you can plug an access point in with a wire for an even better experience. The other benefit is that you can use these wireless access points to provide a wired connection to a device that doesn't have Wi-Fi, like a desktop computer or an older TV. Now, while these two systems may look the same from the outside, the benefit of a managed network is the ability to fine-tune many of the settings that unmanaged systems handle automatically. For example, with a managed system, you can select specific Wi-Fi channels, which will give you the ability to force devices to connect to certain access points using certain frequencies. You can fine-tune your network, reduce interference, and generally speed things up. But the good news is that unmanaged mesh systems generally do an okay job of all of this without the need for complex configuration. And for that reason, they're better for home users. They're super simple to set up and will instantly give you better Wi-Fi. But how does the setup of an unmanaged system work? To show you, I got an unmanaged mesh system right here. This is the Link Deco. Unmanaged Wi-Fi systems all look very similar, but they're not all the same. You'll need to make a few choices as you look for a mesh system. The first is maximum speed, and you'll see numbers like 1200, 1300, 2400, and so on, which refer to the maximum amount of data that an access point can move per second. For example, a system labeled with 1300 can move about 1300 megabits a second total. This doesn't mean that you will see gigabit speeds on each device. Chances are each of your phone, laptop, whatever, can only move about 300 to 400 megabits a second if it's relatively recent. But remember, more than one device connects to your access point at once. So if you have 4 devices, each streaming video on a fast internet connection at the same time, your access point may actually come close to moving data at its maximum speed. Second thing to consider is the number of access points. The more of these things you have, the better, but you don't need too many because they will start interfering with each other. Unless your house is huge or you have a lot of people using the network at once in a given area, one access point on each floor should be enough. Many unmanaged systems now come with 3 access points in one box, making it super easy to get started. Last thing to consider is price. These systems cost anywhere from $150 to several hundred Canadian dollars, depending on how much you want to spend, but unless you have specific needs or many people using the network at once, you don't need anything too expensive. For home automation, even the cheapest mesh network will be better than a single router. Managed systems used to be slightly cheaper than unmanaged, but unmanaged systems now often go on sale, and you can snag 3 of these access points for as little as 150 Canadian dollars. Generally, when you go with brands such as D-Link, Linksys, or Netgear, it doesn't really matter, they'll all work quite well. Some internet service providers are now offering mesh systems as well, which are also good. Just stay away from the cheap, no-name products that you'll find on eBay or AliExpress, because the quality is likely not going to be what you're expecting. If you really want to use these shopping platforms, stay tuned for my future videos, because I'll share things that you can and should buy from there. Now let's quickly get this TP-Link Deco system that I have right here set up. The good news is that you can do all of this from your iPhone or Android. Download the Deco app from the App Store or Google Play, create an account, and log in. So once you've downloaded your app, created your account, and logged in, you will see this screen that says Paint Your Home and Wi-Fi. Go ahead and press Let's Begin. Next, you'll need to figure out which model of TP-Link device you have. You can check your box for that, but in my case, I know that I have the M5, so I'm going to go ahead and press the M5 button. Next, it'll give you what you need to plug this into your modem. So you'll need a power adapter and an Ethernet cable. This tells you to plug in your Deco into the outlet, and this tells you to plug it into your modem. Go ahead and press Next. Make sure your modem is on, and then power on the Deco and wait until the light flashes blue. In the case of this particular device, you may have to wait a minute or two while it goes through its startup sequence. Once the light is pulsing blue, go ahead and push this very helpful button that says Deco's LED is pulsing blue. Then your phone is going to try to connect to the Deco. It uses Bluetooth to do that. It doesn't really matter. The point is, it's going to look for the Deco, and then when it finds it, it will say, found it. So now that your phone is connected to the Deco, the app asks you where exactly you'd like to place it. Now this is my first Deco that is hardwired to my modem, and my modem's located in the office, so I'm just going to press Office. Then it's going to try and figure out how exactly you're connected to the internet. In my case, it's a dynamic IP. If you don't know what this means, it doesn't matter, just press Next. The nice thing about these unmanaged Wi-Fi devices is they get most things right automatically. Keep the default MAC address. Again, if you need to change this, you'll know. If you don't know what this means, just go ahead and press Next. Then the next thing it's going to do is it'll ask you to create a name and a password for your Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to go ahead and call mine testnet and set the password to testnet as well. Press Next, and then it'll tell you that the password must be at least 8 characters. So let's call it testnet123. Go ahead and press Next, and then it'll create your Wi-Fi network, to which it will automatically connect your phone once it is done. And there we go. It's almost done. Now it just needs to make sure that my phone connects to it. So it'll ask me to connect to the Wi-Fi network with my phone. Again, testnet, testnet123, press Next. And there it is. It's connecting to my testnet network. It will probably take a second or two. And once it's done, it'll say connected. And once it says found it and connected to Deco, you'll know you're good. And then it's going to go ahead and test the internet connection and confirm that you're now online. And you can do that too if you have an Android phone, just by swiping down again, and confirming that you are in fact connected to the testnet network. Now from here, you've got your first Deco set up. So you can take the second or third one or fourth one or however many you have, place them strategically around your house, and just plug them into the power outlet. Unlike the first one, you don't need to plug this one into the modem. The only cord that should be coming out of that Deco is the cord that goes to the power outlet. Once you've turned your second Deco on, that is plugged into the power outlet, and once it's flashing blue, just go ahead and press Add Another Deco. Pick your model number. In my case, it's the same one. The M5 or the M1300, there it is. It'll tell you to find a suitable spot. Like I said, I recommend it that you put it on one on each floor, somewhere in the middle of your floor, somewhere where it's not covered by too much furniture, but also not too visible. Press next, power on the deco, make sure the light is pulsing blue. Go ahead and press light is pulsing blue, and it is going to look for it and connect it just like it did with our first one. Once you've got all your decos connected, make sure that you don't have too many Wi-Fi signals in your house. You will notice that you will have test net in your list of local Wi-Fi networks, and you'll also have the network name that's put out by the old router or the modem. If you have that, just make sure to turn off the Wi-Fi network that's given off by your modem. Now, I can't tell you how to do that because there's a lot of different types of modems out there, but if you check your modem, get its model number, and then Google model number how to turn off Wi-Fi, you will get very good and very helpful search results. That's it. 2 steps and a Google search and you're all done. It really is that easy. Enjoy much better wireless internet in your home. If this video was helpful or interesting, click that like button. And if you're interested in doing something a little bit more involved with your Wi-Fi to gain better control, stay tuned because I will do a video on the UniFi Managed Mesh System soon. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button. Do it. Do it. Until next time, I am the Automation Lawyer. Bye, guys.